How we going, folks? Welcome back to the Nightmare Cabin. We're doing an album review today, and we're talking about Grand Slam. So, Grand Slam is it's a new incarnation of the band, but it was originally formed by Phil Lynott in his post Thin Lizzy years, and I saw this one. I saw this first album on Amazon, I think a couple of years ago now. It just came up as a suggestion, like along the bottom page, and so I think I might have clicked on it and had a look, but I didn't really think much of it. And I thought it was just, well, I suppose it is what I thought it was. It's the band Grand Slam carrying on. But it wasn't something I was too bothered about at the time. And I saw a couple of people posting about this new album, Wheel of Fortune. And I just thought, yeah, maybe I should check this out and look into it a bit, a bit deeper. And so this is pretty much what Thin Lizzy did, really. You got a couple of members of the bands form a new lineup, and what Thin Lizzy went on to do with Black Star Riders. This is pretty much what Grand Slam have done, really. It's a short story, but I'll give you a bit of background anyway for those not in the know. So when Thin Lizzy split up, Phil Lynott formed a new band, Grand Slam. He did a bit of work with Gary Moore. He did the Run for Cover album. They did a couple of good singles off of that. And it does get a little bit... It gets a bit hard to pin down. I think he was doing some solo shows. He was doing a lot of live gigs with Grand Slam. For one reason or another, Grand Slam never really got off the ground. I think it was said that the record labels... they could fill a venue easily enough, but I think record labels were reluctant to give the band an advance because they were aware of Phil's extracurricular activities, shall we say. And so I've got this box set, which is a collection of, it's a couple of gigs. It's pretty cool, actually. And then a few photos and whatnot there. So you get 3 gigs on this. Yeah, one at a festival, one in Ireland, and one in Sweden. So you've got 3 shows, and then you've got disc number 3 is the studio sessions. So it's basically demos and a couple of singles and whatnot, and you kind of get the idea of where Phil was going. And although I did see an interview, it was billed as the thing on YouTube in the description saying it was one of his last interviews, and he was saying that he had signed a solo deal. So, and he was kind of, I don't really know what I'm doing, but that means I can do anything kind of thing. I know he was looking to collaborate with a lot of people. So, but it wasn't to be, God bless him. But it's a bit confusing as well, because songs like Dedication ended up on a Thin Lizzy compilation. Military Man was he was playing Military Man in his live set with Grand Slam, but that was a Gary Moore single. And through various Thin Lizzy box sets and compilations, I've got the Vagabonds. What's the one? It's down there, I can see it. The one with the book. Vagabonds, something else. Da-da-da-da. That's all mixed up with Grand Slam songs as well. So a lot of these songs I thought were just, Phil Lynott songs. So, it does get a little bit complicated of where one begins and where the other ends. But, so Lawrence Archer has decided to reform the band, or relaunch the band. So Lawrence Archer, after Grand Slam, I think went on to join UFO. And UFO finished now. I'm not sure how long he stayed in that band. But, for one reason or another, he decided to relaunch the band with a new lineup. And we get Hit the Ground. So this was originally released in 2019. But to coincide with this release, they've basically remastered it. They've got their current bass player to re-record the bass. It says in here that they've added some keys and whatnot and just spruced it up. So, we got Hit the Ground. Now, the majority of this album, you get 10 tracks on this, and it's basically a bunch of these songs finally recorded properly with the new lineup. And so you got songs like 19, Military Man, Dedication, and most notably for me, Sisters of Mercy. And it's really good. I was a little bit Don't know why, because I liked the new Thin Lizzy. I like Black Star Riders. Yeah, well, tread carefully, but let's give it a listen. And I really enjoyed it. By the time I was listening to Sisters of Mercy, I'd ordered both albums. I was like, right, fair enough, I'm one over. So yeah, this is a bunch of songs from Grand Slam recorded properly for the first time. Like I say, Sisters of Mercy is like it's like a demo. It's a bit of piano. It's a drum machine. You've got the full proper song as it was meant to be here. Well, we've got crime rate. Yep, that's so we've got 19 is on here. I'm going through the studio sessions now, but yeah, crime rate, Sisters of Mercy, Military Man. Oh, Harlem's on the next album. Right, we'll talk about that. She Cries, is that on here? No. But then you've got songs that have done live that I don't think they did record, so it all gets a bit. They do Yellow Pearl, Sisters of Mercy, Hannah Park, Harlem. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, so there's that. So it's a bunch of original songs recorded properly with a few new ones thrown in. So I think Gone Are the Days and Hit the Ground, new songs, and they gel nicely. And then we've got the new album. What's this called again? Wheel of Fortune. And it's the other way round. It's mainly new songs with a couple of leftovers from the original Grand Slam days. A bit like the band Hell. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They were like a new wave of British heavy metal band. The singer-guitarist taught Andy Sneap how to play guitar. Andy Sneap's now gone on to be one of the biggest rock and metal producers, and he resurrected the band Hell with a new lineup. Well, a new singer, original guitarist, bassist, and drummer. And they, finally did a Hell album. So that was a great album that they released, excuse me. And then the special edition of that album, you got all of those songs in demo form. So you got 2 CDs, one all the demos, and then the second album, I think there was like two or three songs left over, and then it was all new material. Same sort of setup here. So this is Grand Slam basically doing unfinished business. It's recording the album that never was. It's finally closing that door and getting it done and putting it on record. And then this sees the band branching out on their own, really. They've, like I say, got Harlem. So it comes together in Harlem, but it does say in this that the lyrics are by Phil Lynott and the current singer Mike Dyer. Now, there isn't songwriting credits on this one, so I had to look it up, and I think, Gone Are the Days and Hit the Ground are the 2 new songs on this. I think Grand Slam, the closing track, I think that's an instrumental, actually. This is why I should do notes. Yeah, I think Grand Slam, the closing track, Grand Slam, is an instrumental. Pretty good one as well. But this one, in the booklet, all the lyrics are written by Mike Dyer. So I'm assuming this is all new songs, or at least all new lyrics. So yeah, very good. If you've heard this, you've not heard this, definitely give this a go. And then we'll get into the second album, Wheel of Fortune. I like the comic book art. And yeah, it seems like the band have really settled into their, they're settled and confident on this one. And it's all new songs. And it's just a good, it's a bit dad rock, shall we say, but, nothing wrong with that. But it starts off familiar enough with There Goes My Heart. It's a good, feel-good song. It's about a classic car, but it's a bit of it can work either way. Could be about a love interest or a car. Depends on what day you're having, I suppose. But it starts off with a nice Lizzy-esque riff, like and then Star-Crossed Lovers is where it feels like the band have really got coming into their own sound now. It's like, right, you've got this, some songs from this, and that's your foundation. That's your layer of foundation, and now the band are building their own. And a song like Star-Crossed Lovers is really where it feels like this new lineup is showing its teeth a bit. It's got a really good. That's it as well. I'll say this now. All of these songs have got choruses that just sing themselves. Like all of these songs, You hear them once and you remember them straight away. And yeah, it's a really good, feel-good summery album, even though we're coming to the end of summer. But Come Together in Harlem's, which I mentioned earlier, good mid-pace song. Got a really good catchy riff on that one. It's like riff with a nice sort of half-timed rhythm to it. Big sing-along chorus. Feeling Is Strong is another good one. That's a bit more of a ballad, but it's a nice enough song. And Spitfire is a really good one. We're sort of urging on proto metal with this one, with Spitfire and probably Star-Crossed Lovers as well. Actually reminds me a bit of Wolfsbane. So you know the way Wolfsbane were sort of heavy, but not full on metal, but just getting to that thing. But they always had that good party atmosphere to their songs. It was always good fun. Yeah, you get that with sort of Spitfire and as I mentioned, Star-Crossed Lovers. I Wanna Know is a really good one. Anger Comes Easy. What was it? I Wanna Know that anger comes easy, love comes slow. And yeah, I've remembered it. That's a good one. Then you got Pirate Song, which is pretty cool because as the song goes on, it sort of goes off. This one that they sort of breathe and tells a story and it builds up. And then it comes to like a sort of a shanty towards the end. It's got like a good sing-along bit and you can really picture that one going down well live. Afterlife's got a nice sort of dark tone at the beginning of it with the guitar. It's another great track. And then you got Wheel of Fortune, the closing track, which has got really good lyrics as well, actually, about you know, chasing the reward rather than focusing on the good, shall we say. But yeah, you got a really good lineup on this, and Mike Dyer, bit like Ricky Warwick, really, from the Almighty, you know, stepping into the shoes of for Thin Lizzy, and then he's stepping in Phil's shoes for Grand Slam. His work's cut out for him, but hats off to him. He's pulled it off. He sings, especially those older songs. You've got that familiar Phil-isms, you know. You've got that certain things about Phil's voice, the way he pronounced his words, you know. When you say you listen to Grand Slam or you listen to Thin Lizzy, like, Phil is Thin Lizzy, Phil is Grand Slam, and they're Phil, you know. So no matter what he wrote, it was going to sound distinctive. And Mike carries that off, but he does have his own voice, and it certainly shines a lot more on the second album. I mean, I suppose he was treading carefully on the first album, but I suppose he would have had to. But yeah, he's definitely, you know, he's a good songwriter. He's certainly got a what's the word? He's got a knack for a hook and writes a good chorus, and we know that now on the new album. But Lawrence Archer writes a good riff as well, and we've got, when you look at the lineup as well, I mean, so we've got Rocky Newton on bass, Benji Reed on drums, Mike Dyer on vocals, and then Lawrence Archer guitar. And everyone in the band has been around the block in various projects and different bands. I think Benji Reed's certainly been around as a session drummer. As say, Lawrence, after Grand Slam, joined UFO for a while. It says something about Mike Dyer's been like, he's an actor that's done like a load of stage plays and stuff. So yeah, he knows what he's doing anyway. And Rocky Newton, I can't remember what he did on bass. He's been in a band that you know as well, I'm sure of it. But yeah, these are two really good albums, and it's just a really good pub atmosphere on both albums. It's a real good feel good, sing along, having a beer. It feels like a great soundtrack to just being in a coastal town with a port nearby and a good little boozer with a band playing in the basement, and that band would be Grand Slam. You know, it's days out at a car show, or you know, whatever we do on British bank holidays. Grand Slam is just the soundtrack to that, being on an open road on a good day, really. And yeah, it's just a really good atmosphere on both albums, and I'm really enjoying them. I'm glad I finally got into them and picked these up. and they sit quite proudly next to this. And yeah, they've done Phil and Gary proud. So long may they continue. If I were to give any criticism, I would say it's very well produced, and I think it can be a little too clean. I'd like a bit of grit, a bit of punch in the guitar, maybe. But I do suspect they'll be a lot heavier live. And now we've got 2 CDs worth of stuff, and I've had a look online, and they're doing a few dates at the moment, and I've had a look at their set list, and it's a pretty good mix of both albums. And there's a couple of Thin Lizzy songs in there as well towards the end, here and there. Excuse me. And that's not hurting anyone, that's fine. But yeah, I think, personally, the next step for these, we need a live album. And I think that'll be a kicking album as well. And then, yeah, on to the 3rd and 4th album, long may they continue. I'm converted. I'm a Grand Slam fan again. So, yeah, check this out, folks. And, yeah, hope you all have a good weekend. And I'll see you all soon. Take care.